This is the car of the number 1, Gary Schlafler from Anderson, Indiana. Kind of a radical roadster type sprint car with the engine canted over 50 degrees from dead upright. The headers come out over the top and in spaghetti tubes out to the side. This is Gary's own design and will be the first time he's driven the car this year. Gary qualified for the little 500 on the outside of row number 5 at 50.193 seconds for a 4-lap qualifying. The car belonging to Jimmy Childers, one of the Shores cars built in Indianapolis. Jimmy Childers from Seffner, Florida, driving the A and B mini storage car, qualified on the middle of row 2. And this is the end of the qualifying lap for Frank Riddle, who went out and set a new 4-lap track record of 47.255 seconds. This will be the 4th year in a row that Frank sits on the pole for the little 500. The number 20 of Bob Fry, the V6, was very unsuccessful on first day qualifying and didn't make the top 22. On the second day of qualifying, he was the fast qualifier for the second day and 7th fastest overall. Being 500 laps long, these guys will have to stop for fuel, and the same aircraft type fitting for fuel entry as seen on some of your bigger race cars. The number 1L of Dave Scarborough, driver from Brooksville, Florida, driving a Ledford Construction Special, will have radio communication with his crew in the pits. Once again, the number 1 of Gary Schlafler. This is the scene in the pits right before the start of the 500. All the crews with their cars in the pits, their pit setups. Frank Riddle, 58 years old, sitting on the pole for the 4th straight year for the little 500. David Scarborough donning his helmet to go out for the last practice session before the race. This is the practice session the same day as the race. This is this pole sitter's trophy given to Frank Riddle. Good looking babe from IU. Between the starting grid for the little 500, everybody's parked on the main straightaway. See, this place is just about as crowded as the main straight for the Indianapolis 500 with all the people out there before starting time. And from high above. This is the pace lap for the little 500. 33 cars. Or the salute lap, I guess you'd call it. The starter told all these guys that at the drop of the green flag, he does not want to see anybody passing for the first complete lap. So once they came around for the green flag, they all got into a position basically and started racing, but nobody did any real serious passing. Don't worry about the picture quality, it will get better. In between daylight and dark is not a good time for my camera. Frank Riddle out in the lead, followed by Jeff Palms in the 40. In third place is the 61 of King Kramer. In fourth is the 1L of Scarborough. In fifth is the 3T of Trey House. The first car out was Steve Ball from Ocean, Indiana with an oil leak. Later in the race, around lap 16, the Jeff Palm gets around the 11 of Riddle, as does the 1L of Scarborough gets by Riddle. The first accident was with Stan Butler on lap 19 when he had steering brake up in turn number 4. With the green flag back out, it's Palm in the lead with Scarborough right on his tail. Riddle's running in third, and the 14 of Jimmy Childers is now in fourth. That's the 11 of TJ Nish from Salt Lake City, Utah. You'll recognize the name Nish. I believe his brother had a chance to qualify for the 500. He did get this car repaired and restarted in the race. Restart on lap 32, everything went pretty smooth. The 11 of Frank Riddle starting to slow down as Jimmy Childers gets by him. The 74 of Dave Seelman starting to move up real well. But it's Scarborough still your leader. As he moves by Palms on lap number 45. Now it's Seelman coming around to challenge Scarborough for the lead, and on lap 49 Seelman takes over the lead. First yellow comes out for a spin, and the car number 72 belonging to Mitch Jackson. He later went out on lap 82 with suspension problems. It's on lap number 62 that Sonny Hartley spins up in turn 1, taking the number 1 of Gary Schlaffer with him. Schlaffer was able to repair the car and get back into the race. As you could see by the header pipes on the number 40 that he was running awful warm. After the restart on lap 65, everything went very smooth until the completion of lap number 84, when the engine on Jimmy Childers' car blows. The number 3 of Robert Smith spins, and as he hits the wall, his gas tank bursts and spills gas, and he goes up into flames. This car did not have a bladder in it. Dumb fool. Also involved in the accident was the 11L of Jim Alvis, the 11 of Riddle, the 1 of Schlaffer, and the 14 of Childers, naturally being the one that blew the engine. Oops. The 61 belonging to, let's see here, King Kramer, also damaged his suspension, but he was able to repair it and get it back in the race. The race resumed at lap 104 with Scarborough your leader. He held the lead up until lap 195. There's the 74 of Seelman starting to make a move again. That's Jeff Bloom and the 66 belonging to Red Kunsback getting in an accident on the back straightaway, and some of the cars go to the low side to avoid it. It's after that restart that Gary Schlaffer starts to come around to the car he's driving, not having too many miles on it yet, and the car really starts reacting well, and he becomes one of the faster cars on the racetrack. The number 11, TJ Nish, once again hits the wall. He busts the right rear wheel and a shock mount, but he again repairs the car to finish running in the race. Throughout all this action, the number 20 of Bob Fry, let's get back to this accident. That's the 11 of TJ Nish going up against the wall and the fence after the 7 of Ron Semelka spins up in turn number 2. TJ went up high to avoid Semelka and got up over his left rear wheel, sent him in through the wall, up around the wall and the fence. After lap number 203, they're coming around for their restart. During this time, on lap 194, Scarborough made a pit stop and Seelman goes into the lead. Seelman holds this lead till lap number 258 when he goes in for a pit stop also. I was shooting air then. That's Dave Scarborough trying to work his way back up through traffic. The 74 of Seelman in the lead with Scarborough about a half a lap back. Frank Riddle at this point was about 11 laps down after being spun out in that accident up there. And Riddle was again proved to be one of the fastest cars on the track as he was making up ground trying to get himself unlapped. At one time he had himself only about 9 laps down. And that's Scarborough taking over the lead from Seelman as Seelman started to have handling problems. Oh, it wasn't Seelman. There's Seelman still in the lead. My mistake. With Scarborough still running in second. Here's Riddle again trying to gain some ground, comes down a little bit too low, catches the right front tire of Bob Fry and spins out down into the backstretch. After the restart on lap 245, they throw them rosin bags out and leave all that dust in there. Now it's Scarborough only about 4 car lengths behind Seelman. But it's on lap 248 that 98 of Ken Hamilton spins and hits the wall in turn number 1, doing enough damage to the car that he was unable to complete the race. There's a hook shot for you. As they get the restart on about lap 254, it is Seelman in the lead. The number 80 of David Smith, run consistently good all day long, finished 4th. Once again, Frank Riddle showing his power in that little big block. But he's still as fast as anybody on the track. And here's Scarborough getting ready to pass the 74 of Seal on lap number 259. From this point on, Scarborough leads the race. He wins the race, the little 500, with the biggest margin of victory ever, 21 laps. That's 14B of Larry Brazil from Tampa, Florida, also an A and B mini storage car, getting up over whatever car that was. That put him out of the race. Bob Fry in the V6, the number 20, stayed lucky enough to not get involved in any of the accidents, although he was sort of a part of what's going on with the accidents. Here's the number 11 of Frank Riddle. Finally losing power. He did make it into the pits. They tried to analyze the problem, but Frank never did make it back out for the rest of the race. He retired on lap number 320. Bob Fry and Gary Schlaffer running together. Like I say, Gary lost a lot of time in the 2 accidents that he was involved in and was just 1 lap short of catching Bob Fry for 2nd place. At a later stage in the race, when the yellow came out, Dave Scarborough had such a lead that even when he pitted, the guys were able to take their time and make sure everything was done right before they got him back out on the track. Coming up for the white flag lap. 499 laps down, 1 to go for race leader Dave Scarborough. Coming up next will be the interview.
Saudi Arabia is a moderate state. We have to rely on keeping those relations up. They do an awful lot.
Dave, it's had to be a long ride. Are you relieved, ecstatic? What's your feelings right now?
I'm just glad it's over with and I won.
Here he is, Charlie.
When you were out front so far, is it true that the fable that you hear things breaking on the car, you wonder about the little things that may not last? Was that in the back of your mind?
I don't even know how far I was out front. Was it 1 lap or 2 laps? I don't know. Really, I just ran a pace and Harry radioed to me to cool it. We had it made, so I kind of took it easy and I just kept running the pace where the car felt good to me. And that's what I did.
You said before the race that you were going to run a pace that was comfortable to you and let everybody else do what they wanted to do. But yet you seemed to really turn it on out there. Was this exactly the pace that you were most comfortable with?
That was the pace the car felt most comfortable at. It was that pace, so I had to stay with it. If I slowed up, the car wouldn't go through the turns right, so I just had to run at the pace where the car worked good.
We obviously had some bent metal tonight. How close were you to any of the major accidents that occurred?
Well, there was not too close. There's a couple of them there, but most of them I was back far enough I didn't have any problem.
After 4 tries, here you are in the victory circle. Obviously, you're a very happy man, but can we expect to see you back next year?
And you heard the man that owns the club. He said, absolutely, I'll tell you. Being in late models and getting in these things, this is only my second race. I only had about 40 laps in this car. Still feels good to go back in a sprint car.
You said this morning that it would be a dream come true for you to win this race before you ever retire someday. Right now, has the dream sunk in?
No, it'll be a while yet, but I know it's there.
How long does the party go on?
I don't know.
Till next year.
These guys, they're going to really whoop it up. We've been waiting for 20 years for this, at least. Me and Harry has come here off and on, and always bad luck has struck us, and flat tire or something other, but tonight was our night. Lady Luck was with us.
Well, they always say you'd rather be lucky than good, and tonight, Dave Scarborough, you look like you were both.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's get a picture of the car, really. Harry's masterpiece. By the way, Dave.
Thank you.
Dave. Right here, Dave. Stay there, Gene.
You still nervous? What do you want, Bob? I want you queen between the two first and second place here, but I want some room to shoot.
Bob, would you get over there on that side of it? Now give us some room, folks, so we can get some...
I don't know.
Now we go.
Why are you